This is Nerd is Culture. There's a version of the Spider-Man vs. Hulk fight in Brand New Day that nobody in theaters ever got to see, and it just leaked. In the original cut, Spider-Man didn't just survive the Hulk, he knocked him out cold in one move, and test audiences hated it so much that Marvel reshot the whole ending. By the end of this, I'll show you exactly how that scrapped knockout worked, why it got cut, and the images that put it all together. So let's get into it. This is where Peter Parker ends up by the end of that fight. Suit torn to ribbons, mask half gone, barely upright. Going toe to toe with the Hulk leaves a mark. But how we got the Hulk to stop is the part that just changed. Because the ending you saw in the cinema, the emotional one, wasn't the plan. The first version of this scene ended in a completely different way. So the question fans are suddenly asking is simple. How was Spider-Man originally supposed to beat the Hulk? First, where this even came from, because this isn't a random rumor, it traces back to someone who was in the room. The details come from James Unsworth, a stunt performer who works as one of the Hulk doubles on the film. He described the original ending in an interview with an outlet called SceneWire. That interview was quietly deleted soon after, but not before it was saved and reposted on Reddit, which is how it spread. So treat this as an unofficial account from someone on the crew, not a Marvel press release, but it lines up with the leaked art. That makes James Unsworth our source. A stunt performer, one of the people physically doubling the Hulk in the fight, describing a version of the scene he actually helped shoot. Since he's a real person, we're marking him with a name tag rather than a photo. So here's the fight that got cut, and it is a lot more brutal and a lot more one-sided than what made it to screens. Picture the clash at full tilt. The Hulk, mind gone, throwing everything he has. Spider-Man, dwarfed, dodging blows that would flatten a truck. In the finished film, this is where heart takes over. In the original, this is where Peter reaches for a weapon. According to Unsworth, Spider-Man got his hands on a Shocker gauntlet. That's the Vibro-Shock weapon from the Shocker, one of Spidey's classic villains. Peter straps it on, winds up, and delivers a single, massive, Superman-style punch straight to the Hulk's jaw. And that's it. One gadget-boosted haymaker, and the strongest Avenger in the building drops, unconscious. Fight over. One punch. That was the entire finish. The Hulk, a creature who has traded blows with gods and shrugged them off, put to sleep by a single amped-up hit from a teenager in a torn suit. And that number, 1, is exactly where the problem started. So if it's that dramatic, why did they throw it out? The answer is the test screening. When Marvel showed the cut to test audiences, this ending landed with a thud. In Unsworth's words, viewers thought the Hulk got, quote, knocked out too easily. And you can feel why. The Hulk is the heaviest hitter in the Marvel deck. Watching a street-level Spider-Man switch off that much raw power with one gadget punch broke something for people. It made the Hulk look weak, and it made Peter's win feel cheap. This is really a scale problem. When you line these two up on raw power, the gap is enormous, and audiences know it. A one-hit knockout doesn't respect that gap, it flattens it. So they went back and reshot it. And the fix wasn't a bigger punch, it was a completely different idea about how you beat the Hulk. In the version that actually released, Spider-Man never outmuscles the Hulk, because he can't. The setup is that the Hulk isn't even in control of himself. He's been forced into his savage state and turned into a weapon. So instead of knocking him out, Peter gets him thrown into a building to stop the assault, and then does the one thing a gadget never could. He tries to reach the person inside the monster. The way the reporting describes it, the Hulk breaks free of the psychic control himself, choosing to end his own rampage rather than being switched off by someone else. He leaves the fight on his own terms, with his dignity intact. Same result, the Hulk is down and Peter walks away. But now, the Hulk isn't a chump who got one-shotted. He's a hero who fought back against his own hijacking. And that's why this image hits differently once you know the story. This battered, exhausted Spider-Man didn't win with a weapon. He won by surviving, by outlasting, and by getting through to a friend. The suit is destroyed, but the victory is earned. That's the trade Marvel made. Put the two endings side by side, and you can see exactly what changed and why it matters. And the fight ending isn't the only thing that almost went a different way. The Hulk himself almost looked completely different. The film's art book shows that early in development, Marvel explored a grey Hulk, the older, colder comic version of the character, before deciding audiences needed the familiar green. There were also ultimate designs that pushed the Hulk to look less like Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner and more like his classic comic self, with one artist taking direct inspiration from the legendary John Romita Sr. So we came close to a very different Jade Giant, in more ways than one. Which leaves the fun argument, the one worth having in the comments. Knowing both versions now, did Marvel actually make the right call cutting the knockout? My take? They made the right call, even if the leaked version sounds awesome on paper. A shocker gauntlet Superman punch is a great highlight, but it quietly tells you the Hulk is a pushover, and once an audience feels that, the stakes drain out of every fight after it. The ending we got protects the Hulk and makes Peter's win about who he is, not what he's holding. But the version we didn't get, that's a fantastic what if, and now we finally know it existed. So if this cracked the scene wide open for you, do me a favor and tap subscribe. You'd be one of the very first, and there's a whole lot more Nerdist culture on the way.